Hello and welcome to another edition of Ask the Expert series. You are in for a great treat today because I have one of the world's leading wealth managers here, and that's the topic of today's discussion, growing your wealth simply, easily, and strategically with a plan that works. I won't say he has the Midas touch, as where everything he touches turns to gold, but his systems are the gold, and you're going to hear more about that soon. And with me today is a wealth managing expert, the one and only Minesh Bhindi. Minesh, good to have you with us today.
Tom, great to have you. Interviewing me and inviting me onto your show here. I just want to say, like we said when we got on the call, it's been a while since we actually connected face to face, and I'm looking forward to the next time that happens. But thank you so much for having me on this call.
Me too. It's always a pleasure seeing you. You have one of those energies that there's always a smile. There's always forward progress. There's always that desire of helping others. So it's always a pleasure passing.
I appreciate that.
Yes, so I look forward to the next time. And I'm thrilled to have you here today. And not just for my own benefit, which I'm selfishly will admit, yes, I'm going to take some notes here as well, but also for my people. My people are out there and they're in this world and they're seeking to find the strategies that work, that help them grow their wealth. Wealth isn't the end-all, be-all, but it does give us that freedom to do all the other things, that are important to us. So before we dive into all the specific strategies, Minesh, could you share with us a brief background and basically what got you started as an entrepreneur all those years ago?
Wow. Okay. So I started, by the way, I completely agree. Wealth is not the be-all and end-all, and having spent time with people that have extremes of wealth, absolutely, that's a core belief that I have. Wealth is a very, very solid foundation, but you've got to build the life on top of that wealth, right?
Yes. Yes.
So for me, the journey started when I was 16. My dad was involved in real estate, and one day walking past his office, overheard him negotiating a real estate deal, and very arrogantly, which some of my friends say has gone away, most of my friends say has not changed at all. I told him, I said, hey, I could do that. And instead of telling me to get lost, which would have been completely justified, I was 16 years old, he said, show me. And so then I took a big gulp, because when you take a gulp that's slightly bigger than you can swallow, that sort of moment happened, and then I just had to get on with it. So I started learning how to negotiate real estate deals, helped investors buy £20 million worth of properties. By the time I was 18, I think it was, in London, we pioneered the instant remortgage and no money down process in the UK. And that was my start. And then one thing led to another, and I started learning other ways to grow wealth and other ways to manage wealth. And a friend of mine said, hey, you should be teaching people how to do this. And I said, no way. And then he showed me, he said, okay, well, watch my presentation on stage. I was at his seminar. And he said, watch my presentation on stage in 90 minutes and you're going to be blown away. And I watched it, and I did not want to become an educator in any stretch of the imagination. And what blew me away wasn't the people running past me to join up. What blew me away was the fact that you could actually make money by helping people get better and, get the things that they want in life. You can make money by helping other people make money. And that completely changed my perspective on things, and that's when our education side started.
Yeah, well, I'm smiling, and there's so many different directions we can go with this, and I'm trying to I know your time is valuable as mine is, and man, you and I could chat for all day is basically what I'll say, but what you just shared that's the same epiphany I had when I heard Zig Ziglar, when at the time I must have been 17 or 18 years old, say that famous quote, you can have everything in life you want if you simply help enough others get what they want. So the epiphany you had was exactly the epiphany I had, like, wait a minute, by helping others, I can actually help myself lead an amazing life. And that changed everything. So it's nice to hear that similarity, yes, our own individual results are important, and it's our responsibility to do the best for our family and our legacy to make that happen. but nothing gives me more satisfaction than seeing the dots being connected in others and seeing the epiphanies happen and seeing them implement the strategies and receive the results that are life-changing. So I, too, am a fan of helping others. So once you got that epiphany, you began helping others. What type of investment strategies? I mean, you mentioned the real estate strategy in the beginning. Like, is it strictly real estate, or what other investment things have you used in the past to help you and your clients grow your and their wealth?
Well, so I started off in real estate, and then obviously on the side, as I was building my fund, I was looking at investing in real estate, looking at investing in the stock market, and all sorts of different things. So I tried a lot of different things. It started off in real estate, started teaching people how to negotiate deals like we were negotiating, getting 20 to 30% discounts before you even buy the property, and things like that. And then it transformed into teaching people how to invest using the stock market and how to trade and things like that. And then 2008 hit. So 2008 was a turning point for me, because what I realized was that while we were teaching people how to trade and while we were teaching people how to make money with real estate, one of the things that was completely overlooked, and part of this was simply my ego and my pursuit and my greed that overlooked it, was the fact that most people can't handle leverage. And so most trading and investment programs require leverage for them to actually work. And the crazy returns that people talk about are returns based on leverage. And the problem is, when something like 2008 happened, to me, how it felt was, even though, people are smart and we had all the legal disclaimers and don't use leverage and don't do anything, all the standard shit that our industry puts in front of normal people that are just trying to grow money and trying to provide a windfall for their family and trying to provide a legacy, all that stuff that we put in front of them to cover our own asses, quite simply, what it felt like to me after 2008 was, wait a second, okay, so I've handed them a gun, and I've got a little piece of paper that says don't point it at your own leg and pull the trigger. And so what they've done is they've pointed it at their own leg and pulled the trigger, so now it's not my fault. Right? Now, that really bugged me, and that responsibility sort of peaked after seeing what happened in 2008. So what I did was I literally took a year off. I just could not function. I took a year off and really figured out, what did I actually want to do with my career as an educator? Did I even want a career as an educator? And then so I came back and I realized what my goal should be for the world is to show normal people that safe investing can be exciting. And the reason why that's so important to me is that if safe investing was common knowledge, it would be taught in schools. But it's not, right? So we as normal people are taught to speculate, taught to trade, sold a bunch of bullshit that the wealthy are not using. The wealthy are not using, the wealthy are not trading Forex. The wealthy are not, getting into the riskiest investment strategies. They've got safe, simple strategies that asset managers are using to continuously grow their wealth in a strong, stable, consistent way every single year. And people deserve the right to know how to do that, right? And the fact is that this information is just not available to normal people, because otherwise it would be available to you in school, and it's the simplest information in the world. So we are taught fundamentally to speculate, and that makes us the food for the wealthy, right? Because our money gets transferred to them as we speculate and make mistakes and get greedy and get fearful and all the other things that people have heard with investing. So my real mission was, okay, so I know real estate and I know and I know how to invest in the stock market. Can I help people learn how to make safe investing exciting for them again? So I came back and I was researching gold and silver at the time for my personal entertainment, right? As an investor, you never stop looking at these things. And I really saw the case for gold and silver. So I started putting a lot of my money into gold and silver. And I thought, what would be the hardest industry to get into to show people to make safe investing exciting in a smarter way? And gold and silver just stuck out at me because for decades and generations, people are used to bricks, bars, and coins, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, if I can show someone how to make safe investing exciting the way the wealthy do it, in gold and silver, real estate won't be an issue, and the stock market won't be an issue. So I spent 7 years, in fact, doing that, and built a company called Gold and Silver for Life with clients in 46 different countries, showing them how to buy, hold, own gold and silver like the wealthy, so that they get their capital appreciation, plus they get a cash flow, and they're not getting raped by bullion dealers, MLMs, and things like that, or when they buy. So most of those companies, when you buy, you're paying a 47% premium on your bricks, bars, and coins. That's not wise for any investor to do, right? It's like overpaying 47% for a property. It's just stupid. So we set up Gold and Silver for Life to help people do that. And then 2 years ago, I thought, all right, I think we've nailed it. We've got a 92% success rate. The strategy is solid. It's worked for, almost 10 years, and not worked just for me, for clients all over the world for almost 10 years. So let's launch the real estate and the stock market one. So we did that, and now we've brought everything under one umbrella into a company called Perfect Portfolio. And so that's what we do. We have a very, very simple strategy in proven asset classes, and we show people how to grow their wealth consistently over time. That's it. We don't do any other fancy stuff. The difference between us and a lot of other people is that we don't do any fancy stuff, but the shit works.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I loved how you stated in keeping it exciting, right? Because I've studied a lot of wealth strategies, and there's the old quote that pretty much like just pay no attention to it for 40 years and then you'll fall to your knees when you finally look at it. But that's not too exciting. That's not too exciting.
That's where most people lose money. I don't get it. That's where most people lose money. The safest investment anyone can make if they don't want any involvement in their investing whatsoever is an S&P 500 index fund. In fact, you can, even if you've got $2,000, you can go and buy the ETF, which the ticker symbol is VOO. If you just buy that and don't do anything, you will, on average, have a much better investment ROI over your lifetime than anyone. And most people that are super successful as well. So if that's all you want, if you want a hands-off approach, people ask me, like, should I do your program or should I do a hands-off? My program's for people that want to take it slightly to the next level, want those higher returns, want the support, want the coaching, and want to manage it themselves. If you don't want to do that, you don't need to buy anything. Just buy VOO, do the research on that, and VOO will show you that you're in essence buying a piece of the American economy, the American dream, and the American spirit of innovation, pursuit of freedom, and capitalism. You're buying a piece of every single company, every single big company in the U.S., and it's just proven to grow wealth unbelievably over time.
Right. But it's boring. Let's be honest. And the boring is what drives people away from it. And there's some people that are wealthy. You and I have many friends that are very high net worth. And, every time I bring that conversation up, they're like, give me the yawn, like putting their hand over their mouth, like, oh, boring. They want some excitement. They want to have that. So, can you give people a taste of how you've made your safe wealth growth exciting? Like, how is that possible to combine those two elements?
Sure. So there's when you look at really good wealth growth over a period of time, I learned that there was a very, very simple and repeating principle and a philosophy that was coming across in everything that I looked at and all the people that I spoke to. And I like to call that the wealth triangle principle. So how that works is very simple. There's 3 steps to it. Just imagine a triangle. The foundation of that is buying an asset that you know is going to go up over a period of time, right? And buying it at the best price possible. That's the foundation. And the next, the right-hand side of the triangle is now cash flow. And so most people, like I said, if you just go and buy VOO, you're not getting any cash flow, but the capital appreciation is going to happen over time. However, the wealthiest figure out ways to generate cash flow, and they want to generate cash flow in every single investment that they have, as much cash flow as possible safely. And the benefits of cash flow is, like, for example, people have been sitting on gold and silver over the last few years, and it's pretty much stayed flat and even gone down. The difference between those people that have bullion sitting in their house and my clients is that my clients are making 12 to 24% a year in income while they're waiting for their gold and silver to go up. Right?
Wow.
That makes it exciting. Right. Your bullion has gone down, and our clients are generating 12 to 24%. That's on $100,000 investment, that's $12 to $24,000 a year of income. Someone could have $100,000 of bullion sitting there in their house versus doing it the way we do it. You're bringing in $12 to $24,000 a year.
Wow.
So once you have that cash flow, it's huge difference, right?
Yeah.
Huge. Once you have that cash flow, the left-hand side of the triangle is simple, compounding. So you take that cash flow and you buy more of the asset that you know is going to go up. You already know this asset's going to go up because otherwise you shouldn't buy it in the first place. No one gets into an investment thinking that this investment's going to go down in value. So this is going to go up over time. And, that's the biggest key right there, right? Over time. Because what you can do is get into something like Bitcoin, for example, and you think it's going to go up very, very quickly, right? And then it doesn't, right? And so things like that, you've got to be very careful. Over time, we know real estate's going to go up over time. We know the stock market's going to go up over time. We know gold and silver is going to go up over time. And by the way, just before I freak the real estate investors out, I know not all real estate goes up over time. That's why we focus on prime, major cities, proper, good quality real estate, not in some weird town that no one's ever heard of and is only surviving because there's a factory there from one company. I'm not talking about those properties. I'm talking about prime real estate. So we want to buy more of these assets because the more of them we own, the more cash flow and the more capital growth that we're going to have. So it's very simple. Buy them at the best price possible, cash flow them to the amount that you can, and buy more of the asset. If you get that going, that wealth triangle principle, that philosophy, there's no way not to make money over time.
That's it. You simplified it. That's as simple as it gets. And now, simple yet good luck trying to figure out how to get 12 to 24% return on the gold that you've purchased without following the system that you've taken the 7 to 8 years to find out. I mean, that's where the mentoring, that's where the guidance of a wealth advisor like yourself comes into play, because I personally, as you said that, have no clue how that would happen. And I personally also have learned I wouldn't want to waste my time and energy. I'd probably have a high cost of learning if I tried to figure that out on my own. Therefore, I plug into people.
That's a really good point there. That's a really, 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 really good point there, because people underestimate that. I mean, we've been doing this now. So Gold and Silver for Life launched in December of 2010. Right, so this is what, the 9th year that we've been doing this, and the strategy was sort of built up, I would say, from about 2008. So it's an 11-year strategy in my experience, and an almost 9-year strategy in real clients' experience. And I think that's more important for people to understand. Forget my experience, right? Because in your mind, I'm the expert, right? I'm the guy that should know that. I'm the guy that can pull rabbits out of hats. I'm talking about 9 years of real clients doing this, and that's the key right there. If you want to go and figure this out yourself, you can absolutely do so. It's very, very time consuming, and it's very, very laborious to go figure it out yourself. We help people do this every single day. We've been doing it now for, like I said, almost 9 years. We're in our 9th year now. We know how to do this. We've got a 92% success rate. And you know what the most important thing is in this industry? Because at the end of the day, I'm in the industry, but I'm also in the industry as a client, right? Like, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at, what's going on here. One of the biggest pitfalls that I saw in the investment education industry was this. The experts want you to commit 100% before they commit anything. And even when they commit anything, they commit to a 2 or 3 day seminar or a bunch of bullshit manuals that are overcomplicated, that you can't understand, that want to give you all, it's like drinking out of a fire hose, and they want to give you all of that and go sell the next person. So what we did was we said, fine, that's what the industry is doing, and we implemented something I like to call results financing. And how that works is very simple. You pay 70% of our fee once we help you make $150,000 in profit. and you only pay 30% of our fee to get access to everything, by the way, until we help you make $150,000 of profit. Only after that do you pay the 70% of the fee.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that?
You're a vested partner in this, right? You're helping them.
It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. You know, it's a two-way street, and that's one of the things I realized that in the investment education space, people don't do that. People don't do that, and I don't know why it is. Maybe they'll catch on to it and realize, hey, look, we can actually help people do this. But you know, once you join as one of our programs, we don't have recurring costs for the program. You get that for life. We've got clients that joined in 2010 that are still attending weekly Q&A calls today, and the price has gone up tenfold since then.
Right.
Well, they're still attending those calls today.
Right. If you study Warren Buffett, if you study the founder of Vanguard, and you know the people that study the boring long-term wealth strategies, but they work, they caution people of watching out for those fees. The fees of the mutual funds, the fees of all the different other advisors are what really sucks away that long-term wealth. So what you just stated, you know, talks totally in alignment with what Warren Buffett teaches and what the founder of Vanguard teaches. I mean, that's their number one principle. The fees will kill you. So right away, you're not only delaying you're a vested partner, but you're also lifetime, which is brilliant. So well done. And that goes right into, you having those valuables and principles that you've built perfect portfolio on. Like, can you help people understand, like, what do you bring to the table with you, your company, your team, as far as your foundational values and principles?
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the reasons why I can do this and the way that we do it with the way we do results financing and on all the support and everything, the continuous support that people get, is because we only work with 155 new clients a year. I found that to be the number that doesn't drag me away from my investments. And I think that's the key thing. A lot of experts and things like that make selling the stuff more important than their own investments. And I saw myself doing that as well when I first started in real estate. Suddenly I was speaking more than focusing on the actual real estate deals, right? So I made sure I'm not going to make that mistake again. And so the number for me is 155 clients in the company, 155 new clients a year, and I can give them all the focus, as well as work with my own investments and the projects that I'm working on too. So we only work with a small number of people per year. 155 people is not even some of these seminars that people run, right? Like it's a tiny drop of people that we work with. With our programs, you get a one-on-one coaching session as soon as you join any of our programs with our head coach. By the way, our head coach invests his own real money using our strategies. Now, I know some people are going, why is he so excited about that? Because I challenge you, find a coaching company and ask the coaches, are you investing your personal money in the strategy that you are trying to sell me or teach me on, right? And I guarantee you the answer will be something like, I'm trying to save up so I can invest. It's complete bullshit. It's complete and utter bullshit. They don't have confidence, and most importantly, they don't have the money, right? It's very interesting to me, in the investment space. We always like to listen to people that sort of aren't doing what we want to do, and also might be poorer than we are, right? Like it's very interesting. Like we do this all the time in the investment space. So our head coach has been using the strategies himself for 5 years. He invests his own personal money using the strategies, so he knows exactly what he's talking about, and he started from scratch as a newbie investor, didn't know anything about investing before he started using the strategies. So you get one coaching call with him. You get a full suite of learning centers, depending on which program you join and which investment category you want to jump into, whether it's real estate, gold and silver, or the stock market. And in that, we take you from pretty much beginner to making money. I'm not really interested in feeding knowledge to people. I'm interested in helping people get results, right? I'm not interested. I'm not the knowledge guy. I'm the guy that's going, right, I don't care how much you've read. Have you placed a trade? I don't want to know if you've been to 10 different seminars and the Black-Scholes pricing model, which is a a complicated pricing model that they use to price, market vehicles in the market. I don't want to know if you know any of that. Have you placed a trade? Have you actually opened up your account and have you placed a damn trade? Because until you do that, no one's making any money, right? And so that's my goal. My goal is to shorten the program so that it gets you from joining to taking action. I want to shorten that distance. And so we have we have the learning center and the process for doing that. Then we have weekly Q&A calls. So every single Monday, you will be on a Q&A call with the head coach and all the other clients that want to join that week. And you'll be able to get a market update. You'll be able to ask any questions you want, and you'll be able to get our perspective on what you should do with any positions if they were in our accounts and we were managing them. That doesn't go away ever. You get that for life once you are a client. You never pay a penny extra for that, and you get that for life. And all of this, like I said, you're paying 70% of our fee after we help you make $150,000 in profit. So that's really the package that we've created. It's got a 92% success rate, which, by the way, the industry average is 3%. And I know because all of these guys are all friends. We talk about what everyone's success rates are. And they don't like talking about it once I say what ours are. But yeah, that's what we have. My philosophy is very simple, right? The average person wants freedom. They want to have security for their family, right? They want to build a bright future for their children or anyone they care about. They want to retire in style, not retire by scaling down. They want to retire in style. And most people want to leave a legacy for their future generations, right? Who wants to work so hard for a lifetime and then leave nothing, no resources for the next generation to leverage, right? Most people want a very, very simple things. And it's insulting to me how the investment space, educators sort of make it look so complicated that it's unjustifiable to want these things. It's unjustifiable to want security for your family and a bright future for your children. It's completely justifiable to me for every single person to want these things. It's simple. The knowledge is out there. They make it so complicated. They feed you manuals that have 1,000 pages in them. It's almost like drinking from a fire hose for one simple purpose. Because the more confused you are, the more you will buy and the more fees you will get. That is the poison when it comes to wealth building. We want to help people get clear. We want to help people get results. We want to help people get everything that I believe is justifiably a good demand, which is, again, like I said, I want freedom. I want security for my family. I want to be able to have a bright future for my children and anyone who I care about. I want to retire in style, and I want to leave a legacy for whoever I choose to take on my resources after me. Those are completely justifiable demands, and they sit, and the investment space sort of sits in this little group of, whether you're talking about speakers and educators or whether you're talking about, fund managers, they sit in this little club with everyone on the outside expecting you to pay crazy fees just to gain this knowledge before they've even generated you a result. Right. And I think that's insulting to the normal person, right? I think it's completely insulting, especially when it's so possible. It's so possible. We've been doing this now for so many years, and we've got a 92% success rate. I know it's possible. We've had an 11-year-old, and we've got a client that's, I think, 72. We've got people all the way from America to, a small town in Indonesia. We've got families. We've got single moms. We've got doctors. We've got Wall Street traders. We've got people that run farms, that run butcher shops. We've got so many different types of people, and all the credit goes to the strategy and the principles that my dad taught me when I first started investing. And once I got my head out of my ass by leveraging too much, by seeing other people leverage too much, by losing $100,000 in a day and doing all these stupid things that cause people to lose so much wealth. By the way, you can do those when you're 19, right? I was blessed. Yep. At 19, I had that amount of money to lose, right? You can do that when you're 19. When you're 65, right, and you get into Bitcoin when it's 19,000, right, because someone on Facebook told you, hey, look, I was a personal trainer yesterday, now I'm a crypto expert. Like, you know, or I was an Uber driver yesterday, now I'm a crypto expert. Like, that is the poison. And that's why, like, I want to stop people taking these stupid risks with their investments, because you need this money. This money is going to help you have the freedom you want and build the legacy that you want for your family, provide the security you want. This money is important. You can't risk it on stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, amen and hallelujah. And it's sad and it hurts to see, you know, and not to mention, you know, it's well, the popular movie, you know, and I've met and spent time with this individual, but The Wolf of Wall Street. There's also people out there who are eagerly searching to take all those people's money and know without a doubt they have no way in heck they're ever going to make a penny, and they know that right from the get-go. So you are a knight in shining armor in that field, and you aren't raping the people with you know, ridiculous promises, and you know, you're actually putting them on a 92% path of success, which, as you said, the normal path is 3% success. There's a huge difference there. This is night and day. So you take people under your wing and you guide them as if they're your family, because with, like you said, 155 clients per year, you aren't going after, hey, I want to get everybody. No, this is only for the few that are serious about taking control of their wealth and don't want to throw it on all black on the roulette table or all red. Like, they're wanting to do it strategically with a 93% chance of success with some excitement and fun, not the boring route. So
you know, one of the things I forgot to mention is every single year, no matter how long you've been a client, we host a client reception. So you get to come along. I bring some of my friends that are pretty smart people, and we talk about different things that might be going on. So you know, one time we had the ex-investment director of the World Gold Council there, right? So whose perspective do you want on gold? Right? Who else's perspective do you want on gold at that moment, right? So we have things like that every single year. We basically, you know, my goal is to build a relationship with people. I think wealth is not a one weekend job. I think wealth is you're always gonna need wealth. One of the things that we encourage is, once somebody's a client, share your logins with your children, right? Share your login. Share my story, because they might not listen to you as parents, but once they realize, when I was 16, I started investing in real estate. By the time I was 23, I bought a Bentley. By the time I was 23 and a half, I sold that shit because it doesn't mean anything. You know, these things will start helping your children, and that's what we're about. We invite people to bring their spouses. We tell people to share it with their children. You know, so this is, you know, and by the way, our head coach is my best friend in life. My actual best friend in real life. He started using the strategies with his own money, and then a few years later I said, hey, why don't you coach, because you've got the best personality for this. Raki is one of my best friends in real life. She manages all of our business development. Our team has been around for years. Isabel, that speaks to all of our clients, has known every single client that's walked through the door for the last 9 years. So we're a very, very close team. We're not interested in bringing in thousands of people. I used to speak on stage. I spoke on stage, you know, at events with Richard Branson and all this other stuff. Realized how much soulless bullshit that is, and realized that my mission is to actually help people grow money. Nice.
Results. Not talk, results. That's what I love.
Absolutely.
So Minesh, I told people at the beginning they were in for a treat, and I'm smiling ear to ear because you just gave them that treat. And that treat is you, that treat is your team, that treat is your 9 years of experience with this system that builds wealth strategically, 93% success rate, while having some fun doing it. It's not the boring sit and wait type of thing. It produces cash flow while it's doing it. And for those that are here, I commend you for taking the time out of your schedule. To learn more about this, you can go to mustget.us/wealth, mustget.us/wealth to learn more about Minesh and his programs. And Minesh, let me just ask you this. And I heard you say your best friend, who's the head trainer and you know, invests his own money. You mentioned his story. He started with no knowledge whatsoever. So for people listening, and they're like, ooh, do I have to have a certain level of knowing about real estate, of gold and silver, of the stock market? Do they have to have any knowledge? I mean, or can they jump in and follow your team, your process, your strategies right from the get-go and start taking action?
I mean, the truth is you don't need any knowledge, right? Because the way that we do real estate and the way that we do the stock market and the way that we do gold and silver means you'll be managing your portfolio from your smartphone, right? That's one of the things that I wanted. I don't think, I've seen so many people build portfolios and then they become a slave to their portfolio. That's not investing to me. Investing is about the freedom and the time freedom and everything that comes from that. And, you know, the geographic freedom. Who doesn't love to travel, right? Anyone who says they don't love to travel hasn't traveled enough. I want people to have the freedoms to be in, like one of the testimonies on our website is a young lady named Amy who was sitting in the middle of Bali, Indonesia, outside a 7-Eleven, placing a trade, right, and generating 2.something% for that month on her gold and silver investment. Our strategies, we teach you from start to finish. Only the things that you need to know in order to make money. You will not be going out there dealing with people that want to sell their properties. You won't be going out there trying to negotiate these deals from people that are in the down and out. You will not be dealing with mortgage brokers. You will not be analyzing company reports. You will not be dealing with lawyers on the real estate side. You won't be dealing with bullion dealers. You won't be dealing trying to keep an eye on price earnings ratios. You won't be watching charts. You won't be doing any of that. Our strategies are not built for that. They're built for the one level above that, which is where the elite invest, right? And that is a diversified, consistent portfolio. You buy in and you hold forever, and then you generate your cash flow on a monthly basis. It takes about 20 minutes worth of work monthly once you've been through the initial training, and the initial training is about 7 hours of video training. And then probably a 30-minute coaching call, 30 minutes to 1 hour, and then a weekly 30-minute coaching call as well. Once you've been through all that, if you can get through all of that, you don't need any experience, you don't need anything. You know, the key thing you've got to bring is just the balls to do it, right? And I always say this to people. Most of the money, all of the money is made by people that do it. If you come and you read it and you watch it and then you don't do anything, you're not going to make any money, right? It will happen if you do it. And we are here every step of the way to help you do it.
Wow.
And that's the key thing. You've got to do it.
Well, what I love about this and about you, Minesh, is, like you said, you aren't there pounding your chest of how knowledgeable you are and how amazing your systems are. You're pounding your chest on a 93% success rate. And what you just said, I love. You're encouraging people, look, this isn't a program. I only accept 155 people a year. I'm not accepting anybody who's not willing to commit to taking the proper actions because I'm wanting to grow your wealth. And that's what I love. Like, you're not sell it and like most people who buy a book never read it. Most people who buy courses never take action. That's not yours. Your people, with the guidance they have with you and your team, there's absolutely no reason for them to not dramatically and positively grow their wealth. And all these people are gone. The system is there. The support is there. Love it.
Yeah, we go through a process when somebody wants to become a client where I personally review every single application after Isabel has spoken to every single client. So Isabel will speak to you. I will personally review every single application that comes in and stamp it whether the person's ready or not. So we really take care of who we're letting in because I think that's so important. The community you surround yourself with is so, so, so important. And I want to do that for myself because, there'll be events and times we're sharing time together, right? If you haven't got the right mindset, I don't want you there not only just for the other clients, I don't want you there for me, right? I want to work with people that have good energy, that are growing wealth, that are positive, that are moving forward, that want to build something for themselves, for their family, see a prosperous future, and just want to find the keys to doing it. And these keys are not hard. You just need the right information. Unfortunately, this information is not available in the mainstream because, like I said, if it was, the simplicity of this information, if it was, it should be taught in schools, but they don't want to do that because they need that speculative market to take money out of.
Yeah, sad but true. And so now, good luck for you and good fortune for you as your path now crossed with Minesh, your path now crossed with the success strategy that can grow your wealth generationally, and it begins with you now. To learn more, go to mustget.us/wealth, mustget.us/wealth. And that is all there for you. And what Minesh shared in this brief time together is the tip of the iceberg. This goes in, and as you can hear, into you becoming a part of that family, you becoming a part of that 93% success ratio, which is unheard of in this industry, absolutely unheard of. And why is it possible? It's thanks to Minesh, thanks to his team, there for you, guiding you just like you were part of the family, because that's what you become when you're part of the Perfect Portfolio Club. So mustget.us/wealth to learn more. Any final comments before we finish today's chat, Minesh?
Yeah, I just want to say, everything that I've said today might, someone might be going, okay, cool, yeah, he's, it's good. It might be going over their head. They might not believe me, whatever. Do your research on me. Do your research on us, and then hopefully we can help you. But the key takeaway that I want you to take away is this. You can do this. No matter what experiences that you've had in the past with investing, no matter what experiences you've had in the past with believing someone and trusting someone and it falling flat on its face, no matter what experiences you've had as far as your parents and watching your parents handle money and their wealth, no matter what experiences you've had, you can do this, and you can do it in the way that you want to do it. And that's my key message that I want to say. Perfect portfolio might not be right for you, but find what is right for you. Building wealth is possible, and it is easy. You deserve it, and on some level, I believe it is everyone's responsibility to build wealth. And you can do this. That's the key thing. You can do this. So if that's all you take from this, that I can't do this, then mine and Tom's job is pretty much done. That's pretty much all I have to say. My whole mission is just letting people know, it is your responsibility to grow wealth.
Yep. And as we discussed earlier, and I 100% agree, and there's the path that you can go try to figure it out yourself, but the question is, how's that worked out so far for you, right? And the real key to all success, whether for me in wrestling, in bike riding, in Marine Corps, in entrepreneurship, salesmanship, was having that mentor who had already achieved what I've been seeking to achieve. Plug into them, and they shortcut that journey. And as we discussed earlier, it's much more expensive and costly to learn it on your own, not to mention the time factor. So this shortcuts your trajectory as well as gets you plugged into a system that's been fine-tuned to produce ridiculously amazing results of the tune of 93% success rates for the students. So unlike anything in the industry, go check it out, mustget.us/wealth. And Minesh, thank you for taking your time out of your day to come meet with my people today and share this life and wealth trajectory modifying information with them. I deeply appreciate that.
Tom, I just want to say before we end the call and I log off and you log off, I just want to say how much I actually appreciate you. I want to just highlight how much your health journey actually inspired me, and just seeing you and how you operate and things like that. It's been a pleasure to just experience your energy and your focus and how much you make people laugh and smile and do the crazy things that you do, especially on the Marketers Cruise and things like that. It's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, well, thank you. And that circles right back to what we talked about in the beginning. Wealth is one of my triangles. Like, I have my triangle of success. At the base is health. On the left-hand side is relationships, and on the right-hand side is finances. And as you mentioned, you and I both have too many friends with huge bank accounts that are missing either health or relationships, and it's a 2 out of 3 isn't good enough. You want to have all three, and you can have all three. Like Minesh said, you can have all three. And wealth, like we said earlier, isn't the end-all be-all, but it gives you that platform to take time and invest in your health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in your relationships, personally, professionally, and socially, and following Minesh's system, grow your today money because he has cash flow with it, grow your tomorrow money with the investments. And the third part of my triangle for wealth is contribution. And that's kind of the counterintuitive aspect. You don't give to say, rubbing your hands together like, wow, this is going to be a great return on investment. But I've learned it's almost impossible to outgive. It comes back in waves that you would never imagine. Yep.
Absolutely.
So I thank you for those kind words, Minesh. That means a lot, and it's always an honor to cross paths with you, even if it is on a phone call here. And I look forward to us seeing each other and a big hug next time we see each other face to face.
Absolutely.
Thank you again for your time.
Absolutely.
All right. And for you all listening, go to mustget.us/wealth. This is the tip of the iceberg. The journey continues when you're in the fold with Minesh at mustget.us/wealth. Thank you for your time once again, Minesh, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye for now.